Hi all. So in the final stage we're looking at a testing table. So we can see here, if I go to program assessment in your own OneNote and then testing, you'll have this document available to you. So you can click here and you can download it. And when you're finished the actual exercise, we're going to use the values to test. So you can see here test 1, so you should have a loop that goes 3 times, so we're going to test each one. So for the first time you might put in the job, computer, just put in programmer. Good. Right. Salary, or make sure you use ones that are close to the brackets that you have. Okay, so let's go with 18 to the first bracket, and then you can output. So hopefully it should output the following 18 to 022, and hopefully the tax should be 0, because remember that was the first bracket. Okay, so that's what we should predict. And then you can see here there's the actual ones, so what you get from your program when you run it and put in these values. If you need to check your actual ones, or you can go in here, control. Alright, and then this one here is using the 2018 or 2019 tax rules, so you should get the right amount. So drop down to here, and there is a tax calculator available to you in this link. See there, they're the ones that we're using, those brackets, and we can use the calculator. Let's go, oh, this just appeared then. Okay, yeah, so you type in there like 80,000 or 100, depending on what it is, and then you can calculate, and I'll give you the correct amount of tax back. Okay, good. So they can be in your actual ones. Predict, yeah. So you want to predict that 85,000 gives you 19,172 tax. Then when you type in 85,000 into your program, hopefully it'll return the same value. This one's rounded, so don't worry about too much. So as long as it's relatively close, then you're on the right track. Now when you're testing, the best idea is to look at the boundaries. So in here you can see I've got 18201, etc., and I've got 37,000 and 37,001. So make sure your test cases are testing those values to make sure that they are correct. So good, and when I type in my actual results, I will record them there. So that's the first cycle. Then it loops again, because it's going to go around 3 times. Then you would put in another job, another salary. You would predict it by going through and typing that value into the tax calculator, and then you put in your actual results. So compare the two. So hopefully these two will match, because the tax calculator used is correct and I tested it against mine. Okay, now if you drop down here, so question here, this is just a yes or no. Does it X after 3 iterations? So make sure you check. If that's a yes, you're fine. Any errors with outputs, the wrong values, etc., please note them here, and then you can look at changing them on the next test. So there's 3 test cases, so you can go through and test all the boundaries that exist. So if you go back to where we were, here you go, you can just look at the boundaries here. So look at 18,000, then look at 18,001, then look at 17999. Okay, same thing here. Look at 90,000. Yeah, look at 90,001. Okay, and just double check the values around the conditions that you have in your if statement. Okay, and that way you'll get the greatest picture of how everything is working and if it's correctly. So the big problem is that some people is that they test it a couple times, it works correctly, but they don't test the boundaries, and that's where they can come unstuck. So that's what we were doing for the last part. So when you're doing your testing, grab your code, put it in Python Visualize, and then go on through and add in your values that you want to test from your test table. All right, that's what we're going to do. So remember how to do that. So just go Google Python Visualize, copy and paste your code in there, and you can step through and you can monitor how it goes through and what's occurring. Okay, good, and I look forward to seeing all your submissions on Sector. Thanks.